This is the latest that I've ever recorded a monthly wrap-up. Yeah, I have a cold sore on my lip too. Let's just ignore that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelisa, and on this channel we read, discuss, and talk about books together. And today I'm going to be doing a very late monthly wrap-up. We are almost halfway into December, and I'm wrapping up my November books now. I've just been going through it. So this is a very late video. I hope you will stick around and still want to listen to what books I read in November. As always, we are going to start off with storygraph statistics. So this month I was planning to have a really good reading month, and then life just kind of took a little turn. So I didn't read as much as I wanted to, but I still read some pretty good books, so we're going to talk about them. So this month I ended up finishing 8 books in total for a total of 3,017 pages. My top mood was emotional, followed by mysterious and adventurous, and then after that was tied reflective, funny, and dark, and after that the last ones were tense, sad, lighthearted, and hopeful. For genres, I read 6 romances. I did read a lot more romances this month than I thought. Usually I only read like 3 maybe, but this month like almost everything was tagged as romance. 4 contemporary, 3 fantasy, 1 young adult, 1 thriller, 1 mystery, 1 literary, and 1 graphic novel. My average star rating was 4.22 stars this month. So yeah, I did have like a good quality reading month. So yeah, that was the storygraph statistics. I'm now just going to go through quickly the books that I did read. On top of like the 8 books that I finished, I am in the middle of 3 books, so we'll talk about those too. But here's my little stack of books that we're gonna talk about. So the first book that I read this month was Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my god, I love this book so freaking much. I ended up rating it 4.75 stars. It was a very, very good second book. So much happens in this, so much like story development, character development, and it sets up the next book so good, and I'm so excited to read it. I ended up ordering the page overlays for this book as well from the Dusty shop, so I'm really excited for when those come in, and I'm gonna put them in here. But yeah, I love this so much. I'm very excited to read the next one, and I think I'm gonna try and read the next books like closer together, because reading these like so far apart, I feel like I'm losing stuff, and I keep having to read like spoiler summaries just to make sure that like I get everything before I go into the next one. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think it might have been my top rated book this month. I don't remember, to be honest. We shall see. Next, I read Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This one I ended up rating 4 stars. It was interesting. I audiobooked it actually. It was a little bit slow in the first half, but it got really interesting towards the second half. I thought that the premise was really cool. It's basically about this girl who her best friend gets murdered on her college campus, and she just wants to get out of there, so she puts up like a posting to kind of carpool with someone who's going towards the same direction that she is during spring break or something. And this guy picks up the ad, and while she's driving with him, she's like kind of terrified that like he is the murderer. And there's just like, at first it was really slow, but in the second half there's a lot of twists and like cool things that happen. So yeah, just stuff like I didn't really expect, and characters that I didn't really expect. So it was really interesting. And the other thing about her is that like she kind of like sees movies in her mind. Like she can imagine so deeply that like sometimes she can't tell like reality from movies. And so yeah, it just makes for a very interesting book, and that like you can't really like trust the protagonist's like point of view, so you have to question everything. But yeah, so I ended up rating it 4 stars. I thought it was really good. I would recommend it. Next, I read Normal People by Sally Rooney. So I rated this 3 stars. I don't want people to hate me. Like, this doesn't mean I didn't like the book. I wasn't really sure if I liked it or not. Like, part of me really liked it and enjoyed like a lot of the literary things in this, and like meaning behind a lot of things in it, and like I can appreciate why so many people love this book and it's their favorite book, and like I get it. I totally get it. I don't know if it was the writing style or just like for a little while, like I felt like nothing was really happening, and I was kind of like wondering like, what am I reading this book for? And then I ended up understanding at the end. But yeah, I think it's just, it didn't like hook me, and I don't know. I needed to like process it for me to understand whether or not I enjoyed it. So I ended up rating it 3 stars. and I think I will try another one of Sally Rooney's books. I have, it's not here, I don't know why I'm looking behind me. I think, do I have another Sally Rooney book? I don't remember, but I think I will try another one of her books just to see if I end up liking it. Like, I get the premise, I get the message behind this. I just don't know if, like, it was for me. Next, I read Crashing the A-List by Summer Heacock. So this was actually surprisingly good. I ended up rating it 3.5 stars. So I picked this up for, like, yeah, literally $6 at Indigo one day, and I was like, I'll give it a try, see what it's about. Basically, it's about this like book editor who's been sleeping on her brother's couch, and she ends up working at this storage unit, and in the storage unit she finds some stuff about basically like these celebrities and stuff that they've done, and she makes a drunken call saying that she's going to expose this guy, and the guy that she said she was going to expose ends up showing up to her house and is like kind of like basically saying that like he wants her to fake date. It's also like kind of like an enemies to lovers, like they don't really like each other when they make this fake dating deal and they really want to end it, but you know, things change, and there's a lot of like quirky moments with the female main character's best friend, which I really enjoyed. Like that friendship part was really, really cute. The friendship between Cece and Claire is probably my favorite thing about this entire book, to be honest. Like the plot was fun, but in terms of like the actual romance, by the end I wasn't rooting for the couple because it just felt like they didn't like actually like each other, and it's really easy for them to like disagree with each other all the time, and like I don't know, I just didn't feel like they were as compatible. The male main character kind of bothered me, to be honest, because he was like really, really nice to everyone else but so mean to the female main character, and was just like he was just so mean to her, like, and unnecessarily. All in all, I felt like this was the ultimate like misunderstanding, miscommunication book, like the blueprint for that trope. So yeah, 3.5 stars. I still thought the plot was super, super fun. So then I read Forever Interrupted by Jenkins Reid, and this one I actually really did enjoy. I rated it 4 stars. I had mixed feelings about it because like the couple in this is together for a very short time before. Okay, let me back up, sorry. So basically, this is about this girl named Elsie, and she meets this guy on a date, and on the first date, like, their chemistry is off the charts, and they end up dating and falling in love with each other. And, like, within 6 months, they've gotten married. They've eloped, they haven't really told their family, and literally, like, 9 days after they get married, her husband dies. And when he's, like, out on a bike ride or something, he gets hit by a truck and he dies. And when she goes to the hospital, the person that is there to meet her or greet her during this grieving time is her mother-in-law, who's never met her, didn't really know that she existed and that her son got married, and they kind of have to like figure out how to work together, you know, on the funeral and like all this stuff about Ben. And yeah, this was such a beautiful story, to be honest. I had mixed feelings about it at first, but overall I loved the premise and like the main messages in this. The characters get to build such a beautiful friendship, and there's such amazing talks about grief and like being a widow and all that stuff. Honestly, a beautiful tragic story about like finding yourself again after giving all of yourself to someone and never thinking that like you were gonna live without them. Friendships can be so healing when it comes to grieving a loved one, and Jenkins Reid just does like such a good job at showing that love prevails all and time truly does not matter when it comes to that. That was Forever Interrupted, and yeah, I really did like this. Next, I read Lore Olympus volume 1. So I did end up not annotating but like tabbing a few pages in here. I rated it 5 stars. I loved it so much. This is a Hades and Persephone like webtoon. You can view it online on Webtoon as well as get the kind of like paperbacks or hardbacks from, you know, Barnes & Nobles, Indigo, wherever you shop. Yeah, so I love this so much. I'm definitely going to continue reading. I said that I wanted to commit to myself reading a graphic novel by the end of the year, so I did end up reading this one, and it was just so, so cute. Oh, there's so many cute moments in this. I loved it so, so much. I would definitely recommend it if you want to get into graphic novels. Next, I ended up reading Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I loved this book. I rated this 5 stars. I forgot. This was my top rated book. I like, I could not help but absolutely love it. It broke my heart, but also like fed my soul so much. Basically, it's about this girl Alexis, who she was raised very like rich and has these like very like stuck up parents. You know, they're both doctors. They think that she should be a doctor, and she's always just lived this like privileged lifestyle, and she's a doctor. But her brother kind of went on to be his own and like didn't want to listen to what the parents did, so it's just her left to like pass on this legacy of being doctors. And she meets this guy named Daniel, and he's very like, he lives in a small town. He's very much the opposite of what her parents think that she should be with. They think that she should be with her abusive ex-husband, who, you know, is verbally abusive, makes her feel crappy about herself, about her weight, about her face, about everything. So she falls in love with this guy, and it is just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful book, and like, they had conflicts obviously, but the way that they just talked about it, and like in the end, like all the character development that happened, like I loved this book so much. Like, if it was my first Abby Jimenez book, and it's definitely not gonna be my last, and I'm so glad I started with this one, because it really was just like beautiful. And there's like this baby goat, and like it's just it was so cute. It was so freaking cute. So yeah, really love that one. So last but not least, I ended up reading the first book of a prequel series to The Dance of Thieves, and this is the first book in the Remnant Chronicles. It's called The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I ended up rating this 4.5 stars. It was so much fun. I think it follows the queen in Dance of Thieves when she was a princess, and it's kind of like a love triangle. So she does not want to be like the queen or the princess to this kingdom, because she's being like wed off to this guy that she does not want to marry. So she basically flees with her friend and starts living like a different type of lifestyle, working as a waitress in a tavern, and just like, you know, completely poor, like just trying to stay under the radar. And then there ends up being this assassin who has been sent to kill her, as well as the prince that she was supposed to marry is coming to look for her. And you get this like triple POV throughout the book, in the point of view of the prince, the assassin, and her, and like through what's going on. And there's a little bit of like a love triangle going on, and at some point in the book there's this like huge twist where I almost thought that I like missed something, and I had to like Google it, and then like, no, she just wrote it that way so that you would like think that something was like, you know. And it was just, yeah, it was so much fun. I loved it so much, and it sets up the next book really well. So I'm already kind of in the middle of the next book as part of my like December reads. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Or I mean, sorry, I really love this one, and I'm excited for the next one. Yeah, so I rate this 4.5 stars. Okay, so those are all the books that I finished this month, and then there are like 3 books I'm in the middle of still. So the first one is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I don't know what's going on with me. I think it's just because I was trying to vlog me reading this series, and like it was hard for me to get into it while recording for some reason. So I think I'm just gonna like not do a reading vlog for this. I have a lot of other reading vlogs planned anyway, so I think I'm just gonna like not do a reading vlog for this and just get through the series, because I really want to do one for the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and I just want to read this first. So yeah, I'm still like, what page am I on? I got to night 1 of Caraval, so I'm on page like chapter 13, which is page like 121. So I'm like, you know, I'm getting through it. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try and continue this soon though. The next one that I'm in the middle of that I started this month was Hidden Valley Road by, what's his name? Robert Kolker. So this is about this family who like was it 6 out of 10 of their kids like ended up with schizophrenia, and it was basically like a case that kind of made a case for the genetic components of schizophrenia and its heritability. So I studied psychology in university, and I've always wanted to read this book, and I just found it very interesting. And I do have some like personal relations to schizophrenia, so I just wanted to learn more about the topic. So yeah, I've like started like annotating a little bit, which has been fun, and I'm just like slowly getting through it. So I'm on page 60. The chapters are quite long as well, and the pages are just like really big, but yeah, I'm getting through it slowly. The last one that I'm in the middle of for this month is Iron Flame. I am vlogging this, and I got really sick for 2 weeks, and I had no energy to read or vlog. Like guys, it is December, whatever day it is, like December 11th or something, and I haven't read much at all this month, and I want to reach my goal of 100 books, so we'll see if I can do that. But anyway, I'm on page 404 of this. There's about 620 pages or something like that, so I'm 2/3 of the way through. I'm hoping I will finish it tonight or tomorrow. I feel like I've said that in the past like 3 videos, but yeah, it is good so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's the second book to the Fourth Wing series, if you don't know. I'm just waiting to get to the end because I know there's a big, you know, what the hell moment in the end, so we shall see. Anyway guys, that is all of the books that I read in the month of November. Don't forget to comment down below what you read in November. I always love to hear what you guys read or what you're even reading right now, because I know that we're like in the middle of December now. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.